Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Marvel Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4.
Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask. Oh, it's MJ. Hey MJ, you're up late?
Just catching up on the news. Looks like you had quite an adventure with Shocker tonight.
Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway, thanks again for dinner. What do I owe you?
How about a favor? You still have that mask from the gallery?
Yeah. I'm actually on my way to the Feast Center now to ask Martin Lee about it.
Martin Lee? Why?
He has a degree in art history. If anyone knows about the origins of that mask, he will.
Just keep me in the loop. Like I said, I think there's a bigger story here, and I plan to be the one to break it.
Sure. So I can call you, like, whenever?
Yeah, whenever, whatever.
So I guess we're talking again. Cool.
Nice job, Peter. You're finally moving in. You're gonna be slaying soon. I kid. But yeah, it's good to know that Spider-Man and MJ are talking again, even though they are fictional characters, but still, it's pretty nice.
Almost morning. Mr. Lee will be here soon. I could use a snack.
So, I actually really like these loading screens when they make, like, specific ones for certain areas. These are few and far between, but they're always really nice. Like, it's the one of, like, him eating a snack. There's one of him, like, on a subway in the Spider-Man suit. And he's, like, sitting next to a guy, like, dressed up also as Spider-Man. It's pretty cool. And I think there's another one, but I can't think of it, like, on the top of my head. But they're all really cool and really nice. I like when they do that in the game. I kind of hope they do more of those in the sequel whenever that comes out. Because it's really small, but it's pretty cool that they do it. It adds, you know, this game has a lot of personality, but it adds more personality to it. Because, like, the loading screens of, like, Spider-Man, like, doing poses, like, in his costumes are cool, but those are even cooler.
Peter, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Lee. I have a friend, Mary Jane. She's a reporter. She's doing a story on art imports, and she found this piece. Well, she wanted an expert opinion on it, and I know you have a degree.
And this might be the first time I actually get to use it. Let's see what you have. Interesting. Where'd she find it?
I'm really not sure. Why, what is it?
A replica of an antique Chinese opera mask. I haven't seen one in years. This symbol here roughly translates to demon.
Demon?
My father read me ghost stories with that mask and symbol in it when I was young. Scared the hell out of me. Peter, listen. That mask, it could be connected to dangerous people. Mary Jane might want to find a different story.
Do you think she's in trouble?
I don't know. Why take the risk?
Hey,
The symbol inside the mask means demon. It really spooked Mr. Lee. Never seen him like that. He even said you should drop the story.
fat chance. Do you think Mr. Lee knows more than he's letting on?
No, I think he just had a weird flashback or something. I know his childhood was pretty traumatic.
Yeah, makes sense. Demons, huh? Catchy name. Okay, gotta get writing. See you soon.
Well, that went about as well as I could have hoped.
So yeah, it pretty much is said in a later cutscene, but I'll go ahead and say it now. Those enemies that we fought, and I mean, you can guess this, but the enemies that we fought earlier on in the museum episode are known as the demons, and they are going to pretty much be our main villains for the game. I guess, I don't know if it really counts as a spoiler or not, but we'll be fighting the demons quite a bit, so hope you really like the demons. I actually think they're pretty cool. I love the design of that mask, because it is demonic looking, like it is very demonic looking, and it's just really cool. I really like the demons because they have, like, the fancy suits and the cool weapons. They got the cool mask.
Got some
you know,
time to kill before
I'd probably wear one of the
lab.
demon masks if I could find them.
workout in
So
the
yeah,
city.
they're pretty cool. But like he just brought up, we have some time to kill, and this episode we're actually gonna go backpack hunting. So I'm gonna dub this episode a National Backpack Simulator. That's gonna be the title of this episode unless something really funny happens. But yeah, so this episode, we're pretty much just going to be going around the city and finding backpacks. We're actually going to find quite a few. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the backpack hunting simulator. 2019, 2020's edition will be the same, except there will be very special fish AI. That is a reference to a Call of Duty game, but I can't think of which Call of Duty game it is.
Is this the mosh pit? Great!
Peter, Mr. Lee spoke to me. He's worried. Are you into something dangerous?
Oh, it's just a story Mary Jane's investigating. Don't worry, I'll make sure she's careful.
Please tell me you two are back together.
We're talking again. Baby steps. I hope I didn't upset Mr. Lee.
He's just concerned. I was actually touched by how concerned. I knew he liked you. He admires how dedicated you are to helping others. I think you remind him of himself when he was younger. Both orphans, both so smart.
Well, the admiration's mutual. You've got a good boss, May.
I'll tell him you said so. Love you, Peter.
When MJ and I applied for this lease, I thought we'd move in together. Instead, we broke up. I can be pretty oblivious sometimes.
That is pretty obvious, but I think it kind of runs in a lot of people. I think most guys, when it comes to girls, are pretty oblivious. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I'm pretty oblivious when it comes to that kind of thing. Implying a girl talks to me. Yeah, that was really lame and really cheesy. I might edit that out. That was really bad. But yeah. I do like them up here. He is really oblivious to, like, MJ and, like, girls, like, in the series, like, when they hit on him or something. It's pretty funny. But yeah. Peter's had quite a few, like, love interests, actually. I know he's had, like, Mary Jane, obviously Black Cat at certain points, because there's the whole scene of, like, Black Cat, like, kisses Peter and, like, takes his mask off, realizes how young he is, and she throws up on him. It's hilarious. I'm gonna edit that in right now. It's funny, though.
Hello?
Peter, it's Dr. Octavius.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Lance Corporal Texador is here for a fitting.
I totally forgot. I didn't forget. I'll be there soon.
His tardiness is starting to become a pattern. Come on, Parker. You're better than this.
He's right. How did I lose track of time? Fisk beat the hell out of me with these. I almost used them for evidence, until MJ pointed out I was trespassing, so I'd probably end up in jail. Typical Parker luck.
I love how he has those brass knucks. When I saw that, it's only because I like wrestling so much, I immediately thought of William Regal, just because he would use the brass knucks back in the day. I feel like that's something they don't use much, is use the brass knucks. Maybe it's just because of, like, concussions or something, I don't know.
This got me the job with Dr. Octavius.
You know, like, I don't know how Peter could write a thesis while also being Spider-Man. That's a lot of dedication and probably a lot of late-nighters. I say that as somebody who has to write 2 5-page papers this week, so it's gonna be a crazy week. But yeah, writing thesis papers is really hard. It's very difficult, and I don't miss doing that. But yeah. But going back to, like, more love interests, he always says, like, Gwen Stacy, and I can't think of the girl's name. She plays it's the short girl in Homecoming with the blonde-headed, and I can't think of her name. Oh, it drives me nuts. I'm gonna edit it in here. It's like Betty, or like, I think it's like Betty. I think it's Betty something. I might be wrong. I don't know. He has quite a few, like, love interests in the comics, I will say. Like, obviously, I don't know all of them, but I know he has a few, there. I'm sure Miles has one, but I can't think of one. So, yeah. I don't read Ultimate Spider-Man. I do want to try it out for Miles, because I do want to give it a shot and just see if I like it or not. And I got hit by a train there, so the train is late. Or actually, on time. That's the thing that happens a lot in this game, where, like, you'll try to, like, get to a certain point and you'll jump too far, because his jump's actually a little too powerful. Like, precise jumping. It's kind of like Link and, like, Ocarina of Time, where he does, like, the hop when you don't want him to, and it's really annoying.
Dumpster diving.
That phone has seen better days. I almost got hit by the train again there, and that would have been kind of awkward and terrible. I really like this area of the game, like where we're right here, like in this. I don't know really what it is. It's kind of like a
this vial of the lizard's blood. I was able to mix up a cure
like a port area, but there's like a bunch of like giant metal crates and stuff. I really like that. We'll actually be coming back to this area later on in the game. It'll be like more towards the end of the game, though. I do like that they put backpacks in these areas, because like if you go ahead and explore, you're like, oh wait, I've actually been in this area before when you're playing through the game later. It's pretty cool. Going back, Peter got a backpack talking about the lizard's blood, and I'm kind of shocked the lizard isn't in this game. I get why, because... Okay, so in this game, like, Doc is in this game. We have Dr. Octavius, obviously, and he is kind of like the professor, I guess, for Peter. Not really professor, but he's like Peter's mentor. I guess they didn't want to do Professor, like Professor Connors, or just to have him in the game to be listening. Maybe they feel like it would take up too much. Like, you have two guys like that. Maybe it'd be weird. But, yeah, it is shocking the Lizard's not in this game. I definitely could see Lizard being in the second game. It's because, like, the Lizard's a pretty famous villain, and it'd be kind of cool to do. Obviously, he's already the Lizard at this point. Well, not anymore, because he says he reverts him back. But, and there's Crusher Hogan. Oh, yeah! The Macho Man, Randy Savage. It's my really bad Macho Man impersonation. But he's obviously played by Macho Man in the Sam Raimi movies. And yeah, I love the Macho Man. But yeah, going back to Lizard, I definitely could see Lizard being in the sequel, even though he's back to being Dr. Connors or Professor whatever. I call him, it's Doc Connors. But yeah, I hope he is in the sequel. I really like the Lizard a lot. He's one of the villains I remember the most. I think it's mostly the design. I think he's unique because he does turn into, like, the Lizard. Because, like... And this isn't all Spider-Man villains, because there's, like, Venom and Carnage, but, like, a lot of Spider-Man villains, well, like, Green Goblin, I guess, doesn't count, but, like, you see, like, Shocker, or, Shocker, and... there's another villain, but I don't want to name it because it's a spoiler from this game. But, there's obviously Shocker. And, like, a lot of them are just, like, regular humans. And I guess where Lizard actually, like, transforms into something else, it makes him more distinct for me. Like, even, like, I'll say, like, Sandman. Sandman can, like, turn into other things, like a giant, like, sand monster like he does in 3. But, still, it helps him look distinct that he turns into the Lizard. Like, I don't know, I might just be talking out of my butt, but I do like the Lizard a lot.
Hey, we don't need you here right now, right?
Wow, cop, that's rude. I'm over here trying to fix your surveillance tower so you can have good networking and, you know, be able to find crime faster. And you're like, hey man, get out of my town. It's kind of rude, you know. We've got most of the surveillance towers done, I think, now. Like, I know in last episode, they, like, Yuri said we had half of them. I think in this episode, we may finish and get all of them. If not, it's the next episode are pretty close coming up. So, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Folks, I have to once again defend myself against the spurious claims from McDonald Mac Gargan, a.k.a. the Scorpion. Yes, as I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the experiment that gave him superior strength, speed, and that unsightly cyborg tail. The idea was to create an anti-Spider-Man who is not a threat and stops menaces. I had no idea he was crazy. Do you think his resume said psycho with a poisoning fetish? His lawsuit is a transparent attempt to reduce his sentence at the raft by placing the blame for his deeds on me. And that is one package J. Jonah Jameson refuses.
That might be one of my favorite podcasts in the game, because I love how he won't just admit, yeah, I screwed up. It's no, it's the Scorpion's fault that I gave him money and funded a maniac who likes to go and attempt to poison people. And yeah, Scorpion's kind of funny. Like, I just love how J. Jonah Jameson just like, he's like, well, my intentions were good, so that makes it okay.
Jameson gave me this at his Bugle retirement party. I thought nobody would listen to his talk show. Shows how much I know.
I really hope in the next game they give J.J. Jones an actual like TV talk show, or they give him a like a YouTube show, like a really like poorly edited YouTube show would be hilarious. I love the podcast, but the YouTube show would be funny too. I could also I could see them like doing like an election thing in the next game, where they do like, because obviously like Norman Osborn is the mayor in this game, and they brought it up in a couple codecs. I think it's what they're called, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, that blind guy gave me his card in case Spider-Man ever needs a lawyer. Wait, hold on. If he's blind, how did he know I was Spider-Man?
That actually might be my favorite of the Easter eggs, at least if it's not, it's one of them. I love the Daredevil reference, and I love that he's like, oh wait, he's blind, how did he know I was Spider-Man? It's really cool. That's one thing I wanted to go into, and I may have brought this up in a previous episode, I'm not sure. One thing I love about this game is that they don't actually have any other superheroes in it. And some people might be like, oh, that kind of doesn't make it as interesting, like they could do some cool stuff with it.
Better get to work.
I don't mind in the sequel if they have, like, another superhero show up, as long as they're not, like, taking away focus from the story. Like, so for example, let's say in the next game, you have Daredevil in it, or you have, Captain America, whatever. I'd rather it be Daredevil or Captain America, personally, but you have them show up, and they can be like, oh, Spider-Man, you don't need to handle this, this is on us, don't worry about it, let me be, like, the one who makes this a priority, not you, and you have to fight them. Don't mind that. I just don't want other heroes in to, like, take away focus from Spider-Man, is what I'm trying to get at. So, like, even if they're, like, just a cameo or, like, a side mission, like, it's like, side mission, help Captain America fight, Dr. Doom, or whatever. Dr. Doom won't be in the next game, I'm sure, but just an example. Because they're bringing in other people, I guess, in this scenario. It'd be cool, you know, to help them fight, but I don't want, like, Iron Man showing up and, like, being a huge part of the story. I like when it's just Spider-Man is the focus, and because it makes him feel special, and like it should. I do know with this game, they've kind of said already that they're planning to do like a universe with it, like a gaming universe. So like we'll probably get like an Iron Man game, or maybe like a Captain America or Thor game in the future. I don't have an issue with that, as long as I can play the game separately and still know what's going on. If you want to make an Avengers game, which I know Square Enix is apparently doing, yeah, that's a long time ago, and we haven't anything on it in years, but like, I'm fine with that. Just make sure I can play the games and still know what's going on in them without having to play the other ones, is what I want. Because, like, I don't want to play, like, let's say, like, because I don't see Insomniac making all these, like, superhero games. I honestly hope they just stick to Spider-Man, personally. Even though I would love to see, like, a really good, like, Iron Man game. Like, I would love if Platinum Games made, like, an Iron Man game. Like, really give them a lot of budget and, like, a lot of time to make it. It could be really good. Or Thor. Either one would be awesome. But, yeah, I do want to see them try it, you know. I just want Spider-Man to, like, be his own thing. I don't want him to, like, have to work around all the other Avengers. Because I think he actually works better on his own than, like, compared to when he's in a team. He's kind of like the opposite of, like, Thor. Where I think Thor is better when he has people around him. I think on his own, he's kind of boring. Even though he is great, like, in the MCU. Well, like, Thor Ragnarok on, he's great, you know. Obviously, he's actually one of the better characters, like, in the Avengers movies, I think, because he has a really good supporting cast. Well, I'd say a good cast of characters alongside him, like with Iron Man and, you know, Captain America and, like, Hulk and stuff. Even more Ragnarok because he's like Hulk and Loki and all them around him, but still. Spider-Man, I think, is just better on songs. He's, like, naturally funny and likable. He can actually, like, hold a story very well. Thor is just, he's not bad. He's just, on his own, he's kind of lackluster, I think. But that's just me. I mean, there are probably people who are big Thor fans and are like, oh my god, you're wrong, but that's fine. But I just think he's funnier and better when he has more people around him, which is I like him more like in the Avengers movies and in Thor Ragnarok. And also it depends on the writing as well, because Thor 1 and 2 aren't very good movies, I'd argue. But, going into this speed-up section, the song that's playing right now is Spider-Man's theme from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Really good song. Spider-Man's theme is probably one of the best Marvel themes from that game. I'd argue the best Marvel theme, though, is probably Captain America's theme from MVC3. It's really good. But the best song from MVC3 is probably the Matarasu theme, where it like remixes Rising Sun. It's like a dance, like techno mix. It's really freaking good. I love it a lot. But yeah, big fan. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, really good game. I did play the demo for Infinite when it first came out. That game's not very fun. I didn't play the full game, but that demo I played did not sell me on it, and from what I've heard, the game is kind of underwhelming. I like MVC3, which is fantastic, and MVC2 is also pretty fun. I played more of MVC3, but MVC2 is also really good. So yeah, I wish they put MVC2 back on the like shops, like you can buy it on Steam or PSN. Like I know they don't have the rights to it anymore. I don't think Capcom does, but still. Oh no, they might now because they made Infinite. So maybe one day they'll actually like put those games back on the shop. Maybe, probably not, but it would be cool.
Got Big Willie's guys and his weapons all wrapped up like Christmas morning.
Well, you've got a red suit, so you're close enough to Santa Claus for me. Thanks.
I wonder if that line changes if you're wearing like a black suit or like a blue suit or like some other kind of suit that doesn't have red on it. I wonder. Because there's a suit later on that is just like white. It's pretty much mostly white. So I do wonder if they changed that. I don't know, that is interesting to think about. I may have to do some experimentation and do that. I probably won't, but it would. I still want to know. So if you know, in that proper like dialogue line there, what happens if you're wearing a different suit that doesn't have red, let me know.
I've always been about the truth. When I was a reporter.
Gotta have something to do on stakeouts.
Look, it's the not PS Vita. Wait, the J. Jonah James? Oh, he just died. Okay, he just doesn't get to finish his line. That sucks. I really like his podcast, and that makes me sad that we didn't get to hear the end of that. But lay sad. I hate to end this on a sad note, but yeah, I wanted to hear that podcast. So maybe in the next episode we'll get to hear the podcast. And next time, I don't really know how to end this part. We went backpack hunting this time, but next time we'll be going around the city a little bit more, and we'll finally be meeting Norman Osborn. See you guys next time.